ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to what promises to be a big episode of the A-01 podcast, because taking a month off was probably not a good idea. Oh, let's wait till after Anime Expo, I said. We should have plenty to talk about, I said. Well, yeah, we have plenty to talk about. So we did that to ourselves. But hey, 2 months, double episode, it works out, right? I mean, the math is math.
Math sounds good, right?
Hey, nobody said there would be math in here. I do not want to go and experience math once again, please. I mean, granted, we have a lot more to talk about than anything else. So, heck, at least it won't be boring.
Bro, it's our gimmick. We're a classroom. We're A-01. We have to have some subjects. I mean, we can't talk about sex all the time. I mean, I know sex ed is, amazing, especially with all, the OPIs, but we got to have math too, especially when we multiply. Giggity.
Math, biology, things getting hot exponentially. Jeez.
Yeah, so let's not waste any time because we got plenty of it to cover. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, it is time for the VTubers and the Corners. Take it away, guys.
Yes, in case, thankfully, in the month of July and even past of June, there has been generally, thankfully, quiet and not in terms of drama. So, for one thing, again, I not heard anything from the whole Niji Sanji of that. So, thankfully, they've been quiet. So, I think that's a silver lining right there, man. Like, we haven't heard anything from Niji Sanji at all.
The only thing I know from Niji Sanji is ex-Niji Sanji VTube is living their best dreams. That's all I gotta say. A lot of people, like the former Rosemi Lovelock has celebrated her recent anniversary. I'm like, oh wow, it's great to see that you just happen to be in this 5 years, but it's pretty much like that.
Yeah. So thankfully, drama-wise, it's all handy dandy. So thankfully, we can actually talk about some news on the VTuber side of things. So for one thing to bring up to attention, if you haven't already here in the East Coast or recently celebrated Anime Expo, we're in convention season right now, and in case you haven't heard of it, Anime NYC has slowly released new information regarding to upcoming events, especially regarding to the VTuber category. Of course, naturally, Hololive is coming back for the 5th year this time around, and this, instead of the usual major concerts like we did with last year with All for One, this time around they're going to be having a summertime karaoke with Mori Calliope, Bibu, Narissa, Ravencroft, and Kaneru. So currently right now, tickets are on sale. You need to have a base badge to attend for that day. And last I checked on the pricing tiers, there's gold, silver, bronze tiers. If you get either a gold or silver tier ticket for the mission, you get a special art card for your entry. So if you want to go celebrate, we're going to with the girls at Friday night, if I recall. And then yes, by all means, tickets are currently on sale right now. I mean, anything you have?
No, that's pretty good. I just wanted the karaoke time seems pretty cool. I mean, I hope it won't be as, I mean, it'll still be packed, but it won't be as like super organized as a concert is. So they could be a little more crazy with it. They could also do a couple of fan favorite songs they're known to do that they can't do because of licensing reasons.
Right. And just to give you a quick date, currently that the event is happening on August 24th. So I believe that falls on that Friday. So yeah, I think I got that date right. So yeah, in case you haven't wanted, tickets are on sale right now, and go right ahead. Definitely, if you want to check out Hololive and NYC, now's a chance. Now's a chance. And of course, that's not the only VTuber news happening aside from Hololive. Another thing regarding to Hololive at NYC is that also the lottery for the meet and greet petite greetings, as they call it, is currently open right now, part 1, 2, and 3. So in case you want to know, part 1 is regarding to the first day of Friday of August 21st. You can register for a lottery to actually buy meet and greet tickets to meet on Friday Nina Mainanis, Cecilia Evergreen, Ixana Riona, or Kaganeki Nico. That's on Friday. For part 2, Saturday is Eoftin, Crazy Ali, Rao Pantera, Orocroni, and as well as the Abisgar twins, Fuawa and Mokoko, for that's coming Saturday. And to round about us on Sunday is the guys with Axel Sirius, Octavio, Banzoin, Haka, and Maka X Fleon. So currently lotteries are open right now for those who want to enter and test their luck. If you want to meet with them with a one-on-one session for literally a minute, and you have to buy a ticket. That last I checked on pricing, it's $40. But again, people have been spending akasupas for more than $100, so take a pick. And again, it's the experience you want to check out, want to talk with your favorite VTubers, especially Hololive, even if it's just for literally over a minute. Then that's a chance. So East Coasters, or if you want to try to come abroad, then by all means enter this lottery, try your luck, and see if you can get this thing in.
Yeah, basically you have to win the lottery, and then you also have to win the wallet fight. So basically, I'm assuming every conversation should be under 5 minutes. This is my honest opinion. So you have, because you can't like under 5 minutes to the fan. So maybe between 3 to 5 minutes, and it's 40 per minute. So maximum is either $120 or $200. This is me being a numbers guy. We're doing math today. So basically, you are spending for 3 minutes 100, which is that's 180 seconds, $120. So that's a pretty big save, right? You're shaving seconds here. I'm just kidding. Anyway, not getting seconds, man.
It's 800% value.
It's 800. It's 800. Yeah, only today. Anyway, I do feel like though it is a bit, in my opinion, like you have to do a lottery to meet them is pretty crazy. But it is what it is. That's kind of fair. I personally would like to meet some of them. I would like to meet Octavio from The Boys. I would love to meet Nino Mino Inanis, another gold trophy for my favorite waifu. I'm still waiting for him to speak to Korone, but that's I think I'll fly to Japan for that one. Yeah. I play Corona. But it's like, I think it's a pretty cool idea. I hope this is successful enough, and I hope the system is good enough where people can do it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a lottery. So you have to have the lottery and cash. At least they told you up front, this isn't free, so you have to pay for it. So it's like, it's kind of like putting the minimum what people can expect to do. So that'd be great.
So
that's kind of cool.
Yep, and last I checked, there is no limit to how many entries you can put in. Well, no, just one entry per person, but one entry per each talent. I need to be specific on that. So yes, so again, enter the lottery, test your luck, and we can meet them. Yeah, get ready and get ready to meet their favorite talents. But also to round up on the Anime NYC event features, there's still one more meet and greets as well. But this in time is regarding to indie VTubers. Also announced it on Anime NYC's official socials. We all have Miss Lala, Hazuma Eileen, and apologies for the pronunciation, Fela Khan Ku. I assume it's like relation to Ku Klane, but yeah, currently the indie VTubers are also available for meet and greet sessions for a much more lesser price of $20 each. So, or is it 20 or $25? I think around that price range. So if you want to go and check out these indie VTubers, you can also meet with them as well. I just want to give a quick spotlight to Miss Lala. She is a New York-based VTuber, Puerto Rican, born and raised. And Miss Lala, if you haven't checked out her stuff already, she is like the famed diner, gives that 80s style diner presentation that's
the 50 style. Oh yeah, I know Miss Lala, the 50 style one. Okay, for a second, because there's another VTuber who also go by Lala. I think it's a snake. I'm like, wait, the snake girl's here? No, that's a different one. That can't be Miss. Yeah, it's starting to like get crazy with all the different VTubers out there. Yeah, and it starts to blend. Granted. But yeah, Miss Lala is a New York-based VTuber, so definitely proud that New York-based VTubers. I mean, here's hoping that we'll see Giga, because we know Giga isn't. Just say, look, we know what I'm like. Please, look, I know Giga has a job, a business, other things she does. She does not live on the West Coast. She already confirmed that. For the homies out there who are that shit. So it's like, please, you could come up with your fellow homies, man. Give us the horrible stories, or tell us that you actually believe this. That I remember as a joke. She said, if you're paying over $2 for pizza, it's not worth pizza. Don't eat pizza anymore. I'm like, I stand by that. She's right. You're paying over $2, it's not worth eating pizza anymore. I agree.
True that. I literally just saw a screen with her and Zentreya. Like, yeah, like how are you? Okay. Aside from all the smog, oh geez, I wonder where that could be in the geographical map of the USA. But yeah. So Giga, hopefully that you can participate in MIC soon. Sometime in the future. But yeah, Miss Lala, Hazumi, and Miss Ku tickets are on sale for their meet and greet sessions. So if you want to meet with these indie VTubers, by all means, you can do so as well. So yes, Anime NYC definitely has got some things if you're looking on the VTuber scene. So cool. Definitely something to look forward to in the next coming month. Which, yeah, I can't believe it. Anime NYC is next month already. Sheesh. And of course, naturally, other things we're going to on the VTuber side of things. One thing a quick spotlight to, which happened just last night, is Club Ironmouse recently hosted a special concert with herself, Kason, Michi, Kuro, Henya, with special guest appearances from Nova and the Beasties. And if you haven't got a chance already, you can currently purchase a pay-per-view ticket of the video concert for, I believe, like they check on the price, is $25. So if you want to check on the absolute crazy performances from Iron Mouse, from just these absolute talented performers, by all means do so. From what the little bits and screenshots that I've seen from Club Iron Mouse is, yeah, like last time I remember one of this again with the whole defunct V Shoujo, like that it was definitely an amazing time to see. So now that Iron Mouse is just bringing support to everyone else, again bringing Kason to Henya, even including like the Nova Girls and Beasties, is just, yeah. I mean, I'm just amazed regarding to how Iron Mouse has like managed to go just get this all together, collab with all of our friends, and like makes concert something like this. So
it kind of shows that like you don't really need the ADC to do so, blah blah, but it also shows like in a very unironic way, like how even though V Shoujo in theory was an independent for independent, blah blah blah, we know the catchphrase when he stole the money from nice house to gun run for being a thief. Yep. Still stand by that. Shout out to being, but you're also incompetent. You're telling me that you have this massive organization of talent and you could have run a basic show, and it's like dealing with some kind of like cokehead, wrestling booker, right? All this money, you can't run a basic show. Shout out to my favorite wrestling MLP. Just kidding, but anyway. But seriously, it's insane. Like they had all this infrastructure. You couldn't Iron Mouse run a show on her own like she was the old days. But shout out to her and bringing this stuff out. I probably have to watch the replay of the show because Kaicho was there, and I've been addicted to Grand Blue Fantasy Endless Ragnarok, so I haven't watched anything in a while. So
it's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, and I just want to also just quickly spotlight to Iron Mouse a little bit because literally like on her last stream, I believe yesterday or was it 2 days ago, give or take. She shared it. There has been some things that like sadly been weighing on her mind that has kind of like got her down a bit of a dumps. And recently, if you have to remember on the social medias, she did try to test something in which she has been like taking a break off the stream for about like 1 or 2 weeks, about give or take, in preparation for this concert, I would assume. But she also did some really self drawings, and if you checked out the drawings that she posted on her streams, it's a bit more of the macabre side of things, or / depression side. Like you would have thought that she wanted to go off herself. Granted. So again, discretion warning, and yeah, it's. Just again, for all the reminders out there, just remember, even though that Iron Mouse is this amazing talent, don't forget of her conditions. And again, she's also human. And I'm not sure. Look, I don't know what has gotten her in the down the dumps, and then to the point that making her drawings and just giving her expression of having a missing an eye, a bloody subject matter piece of her own self arts and X, Y, and Z. Maybe it's goes to the war factor, maybe it's not that. I don't know. But just remember that all the talents, not just Iron Mouse, just everybody you see from Henya, Kason, everybody you see on the VTubers thing, just reminder that they are also human. So they're not, if they want to go to invest into, I don't know, like I'm not to go off segue, but we're going to the Ludwig University, like how much you spend on marketing is. Like I think Giga best said it this way is like, is how you can basically turn on the stream and such, but also is how much you want to make the content on YouTube side to help you be profitable and to really bring more into the audience fan base to your community. So again, for VTuber side of things, be it indie or professional or company based, just remember they're human. Don't forget. Again, the golden rule I always say: don't be a dick. And Iron Mouse, I'm just hopefully that the concert last night was absolutely beautiful, and it just hopefully brings their spirits up just a little bit in regards to any of the tough times that you're going through. So, I mean, Iron Mouse, if you listen to this, just again, here's hoping that you're doing well. So, cheers to you. Cheers to you. I know. It turned to be a personal so thing, but I just really, I again just sincerely respect to.
No, honestly, I respect her for the things she's done, and like from like because she's not my favorite VTuber. I'm aware of her. She's honestly, and she always done good work. I respect her work for the IDF, the good one, the good IDF, not the bad one. And like I keep saying everything because people are like, oh no, the good one. There's a bad one out there, and I always respect her work for what she's done, etc. But I've always been of the mind when it comes to her personal stuff is like I know she got health situation. She's her living situation. She just got out of this legal stuff. I'm hoping that at best she just take a break and take a small sabbatical and be okay. Because it doesn't seem like she kind of hates her job. It's more like I've been doing this for a while. I need to take some break. Like I did when I go to California, but that's a later topic. But anywho, but yeah, I wish her all the best, and I hope she is well rested.
Yep. So here's the that. And that's pretty much it. We're going to the VTuber side of things. I mean, just brief mentionings that happen around on the VTuber world, how live. If you haven't checked that already, of course, naturally, the biggest trend right now is Rhythm Heaven, which I'm not sure you checked out. The VTuber's been playing. Ina's played Rhythm Heaven, and just like it was just so adorable, including Cornet and such. Other things as well, of course, naturally, aside from World Cup Fever, if you haven't checked out already, Kirada's watch-alongs of the World Cup champion, which by the time you're listening to this, the match is currently happening right now, I think. I don't know. When's the final World Cup match? I don't know. I don't pay attention to sports. And if you have, and just resale plays as well, people have actually started to go for the first time. Yeah, I know Kiara and I believe Okayu now is also into the track Final Fantasy VII either remake and / rebirth at the moment. They're doing their playthroughs. So just little brief mentions of what's happening, of what the current streaming activities is at the moment. So I mean, those are the streamers I've been watching recently. I mean, what about you, Matt? Like any streamers that
particular games they've been playing? I was gone for about 2 weeks and a half, so I've only been catching up with random clips or anything. The only VTuber that I had a small glimpse of watching was a clip side, was somebody made, I think, a really funny clip of, God, I think it was, daily Giga videos. That was pretty much it, because those are short, yeah. And yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I only got to watch a couple of Giga clips, but I didn't really watch. I was gone for like a week, 2.5 weeks, so I haven't done anything since then. Yeah.
Gotcha. Good disconnect. I hear you. All right, cool. So yeah, that's VTuber Corner for the most part. Again, July has been very light, no drama, and let's keep it that way. Let's keep it no drama, face focus. So yeah, that's VTuber Corner for this month.
Well, at least your section was light. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh yeah, Anime Expo. Yeah, the big kahuna. Oy.
Yeah, might as well just get out of the way. Like, put the main event first. Let's do this.
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to cover was none of the announcements. Something that was actually kind of interesting is that Kadokawa held their first ever manga portfolio review at the event. And it was about 2 years ago now, around the first J-Novel Club contest, that I actually got to sit down and talk with Kadokawa because they were doing research at the time for looking into like Western novel publishing sites like Web Novel and like Honeyfeed and Royal Road and all that stuff. And they were looking at possibly adapting like English light novels as the next source of material for like anime and manga. And I straight up asked them, it's like, is that what you're planning on doing? They flat out said yes. Like, no beating around the bush, nothing like that. Just like, yes. Like, okay. So I didn't really hear much of it. I mean, the J-Novel Club contest, since they're owned by Kadokawa, is kind of like their main vehicle right now. And that's what they're going with. But to see them now going towards manga and English manga and having portfolio reviews at Anime Expo is actually kind of interesting. So, maybe my time is coming. Who knows? I just thought it was pretty cool to see that they're now at least looking towards the English and West now to see what could be adapted. And I want to say they were the first to do it. They weren't. Shueisha, aka Viz Media, has been doing that first. Viz Media for years now has had like an original manga part of their site where they actually seek out talent and get them published. So more of that is good. Let's see more of that. Well, actually, maybe not, because then we have to deal with licensing and corporate capitalist bullshit. But I guess it might be good.
No.
Now we get to the announcements. Tokyo Pop, and I'm going in reverse order here because that's the way our site is set up, did 10 titles, all of them coming out next year. And going through it, all I can say is I hope you love Boys Love. I'm not going to detail all this because that's pretty much the majority of everything they've done. And look at that. Same with Seven Seas. They're like everyone's going in the Boys Love direction. There's a couple in here, like I See You, Aizawa-san, which looks to be like a cute romance. Then, of course, they have to throw in a couple of things like The Sword Saint Master is too cute to live with, stuff like that. But, yeah, the majorities are or Boys Love. Viz
To be fair,
yeah, go ahead.
to be fair, the BL market is insanely huge in the West. And to be fair, the BL has captured, which always been around, but has been openly accepted and captured the same way shoujo was about 2 decades ago in the big shoujo era. So think of it that way. It's like, yeah, they got the women's market again. They can't get away with this.
True. And the thing is, I mean, obviously I'm straight, so I'm not really super into like Boys Love stuff. There's only like 2 series that I've read that were kind of pretty good, and is mainly because it really didn't like lean on the Boys Love stuff like per se. It kind of like wrapped it around like a fantasy story, or like I can't really think of like what's the genre like vampires are in, like whatever that is. Maybe it's like dark horror, fantasy, whatever. And they wrapped around that. That's Bloody Mary, which is put out by Viz Media. And I don't know who actually has this. It's probably not out in the United States, but I read it online. Konyo Mo Nemuru Nai was the other one I watched. Both of them were actually pretty good because they mainly focused on like action, fantasy, battle, that kind of stuff. But they threw the Boys Love in there a little bit, and it was like light stuff. So I'm like, that's stuff I can handle. But it's like straight on, look into my eyes and, oh my God, you're so big. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. But back to Viz. They really gave out a couple of big highlights. Obviously, they're really pushing Black Torch. That seems to be the next big one, which is, I think, airing right now on Crunchyroll and, other sites that you can sail the 7 seas for. Also, they confirmed that Ruby Volume 10 was officially greenlit. And then the anime Mao is coming to Hulu and Disney+. So you have a couple of options to watch that there. One of the other big announcements overall was that Bleach is getting a brand new video game called Mirror's High. The beta test applications are now opened. The beta test is coming soon, but it's basically what you would think from an anime game. If you've seen one anime game, you've seen them all. You pretty much know how beta tests and open registrations go.
It is basically regard to like it's just Bleach's version of Dragon Ball's mobile game, that fighters game, not fighters. I forgot that. I forgot the title. Like that is it's almost almost a 1-to-1 copy. It's just Bleach style. Forgot that mobile game.
Yeah. I mean, like every single anime game that comes out these days, it's pretty much the same. Hey, pre-registrations, get some insert currency to buy a poll here thing. It's like whatever.
Yeah. But like the only thing that was like apparently brought attention to this is because that apparently Kubo himself created 2 more new characters for this mobile game, and apparently he said himself it is quote unquote canon. I don't know ?
Yeah, but it's also Tite Kubo, and yeah. I will give him credit, though. At least the new characters don't look like Captain Eisen, like all of his other male characters. So speaking of J-Novel Club and Kadokawa, they had several new licensing announcements, as well as, I think, 10 titles coming to print. But the new titles were I'll Become an Elegant Villainess. The title alone should pretty much tell you what genre that is. Sorry, Darling, but You Won't Kill Me Again, which sounds like a slice of life, but it's romantasy, so there you go. Another one of those. A Young Maiden's Growing Pains. I reincarnated, and all I got was 100x stat buff. That pretty much explains itself because it's like 3 sentences long for a light novel title. Father, have you sinned? An assassin in priest's robes. Again, there you go, another fantasy. And then, of course, we got a whole bunch of, like I said, titles coming to print. And, yeah, more stuff like From Arrow to Villainous to Healer. It's Tough Becoming a Necromancer. Min-maxing my TRPG, Build Another World. Like, you know how it goes. Crunchyroll. Oh, boy, we'll get to them later. We'll get to them later, but let's get the good out of the way first. New anime acquisitions from Crunchyroll. They got Fate Rewinder. They got Overgeared. Gotcha Girl Core. Magical Buffs. The support caster is stronger than he realized. The Vermilion Mask, which is pretty much the big one that they are pushing right now. And the one I am personally looking forward to because I'm reading the manga, the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all. That was actually a really good series.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm disappointed in is the manga is not in black, white, and lime green. There's actually color in it. That's jarring. That's the good stuff from Crunchyroll. Bad stuff coming. Yen Press, they got 8 acquisitions that they announced. The Chef of the Adventurer's Tavern, Flower in Black Crude Clothes. The 11th cat is Nene, which is basically, if you like cat girls with mouse ears, this one's going to be for you. A little bit of a cross bestiality there. Planarian Humans is another one. The Lowly Elf is the Black-Hearted King's Plaything. Yeah, that basically sums that one up. Takane-san and Arashi-chan. That's Yuri. I'm getting that one. Chihaya Restart, which is basically a track and field manga, looks like. Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam Define. I can hear Keith pre-ordering that one right now. And of course, their sister company Eyes Press, they got a couple of new manhwa that are coming. Legroom was announced, as well as Philomel the Fake, and I believe the last one was Footsteps in the Snow. So if you're familiar with those manhwa, guess what? They're coming to the West by Eyes Press. And then finally, we got Kodansha announcing brand new print titles as well. We have Fatale Game, Witch Hat Atelier Special Stories. So if you're into that series, they got a spin-off coming. The Chronicles of Leand, The Serenade of Spring Thunder, Myther, Welcome to Demon School Rima-kun, Devilish Tales Kaego's Story. I butchered that to hell and back. History, Interstellar Violin, Manga Lover, Dig It, and Blaze of Flesh and Blood. So we got those titles coming. And then finally, the last one I'll touch upon is Anime Go, because I love this company. It was started by Justin Savakis with Media OCD, and they've been doing a lot of stuff with Discotheque and doing a lot of like re-releases and things of that nature. And one of the older ones, Vampire Princess Miyu, if you remember that one, is actually getting a Blu-ray release. So that is going to be really cool. And one of them that I've seen, and this really isn't a classic, but it's becoming a modern classic, is House of Five Leaves. That is getting a Blu-ray release through Anime Go. And I'm going to say, if you have not seen that show, watch it. It is phenomenal. But yeah, there's a lot of other stuff that happened in Anime Expo. I don't want to go through it all. I literally did nearly 50 posts by myself to cover pretty much everything, so you can watch it all or look at it all on the Outerhaven. But there is one last thing I will touch upon, and that is there is a show that has been promoted to hell and back that's coming in April 2027. It is Kagurabachi. And yeah, man, this is getting a lot of attention. Apparently, the Anime Expo, everyone knows about this show because it was one of the most packed rooms that they've had just to watch this entire, premiere. But it wasn't really a super premiere. It was just the first episode. So you got the first 20 minutes of the series. And apparently, yeah, it's going to be a huge hit. And honestly, I'm not going to watch it. It's just basically another, edgy battle type of anime that I really don't care for these days. So
Fair. Been there, done that. Okay.
I built you up just to bring you down. But yeah, that's pretty much all the news that I'll cover for Anime Expo. How about you guys? Is there anything that happened during the event that caught your eye?
I mean, the only thing that I just distinctly remember is, again, with the Bleach panel with Morikata-san and the English voice actor Johnny Young Bosch was also for the Bleach episode. Yeah, for the Bleach celebration. And I just remember, like, one thing I always do enjoy of the convention-wise, if you're an anime expert, any convention, is if they have a chance to do live dubbing sessions. And apparently they did it over there, and I could imagine having both leads, both of Ichigo Kurosaki, right then and there in that same room. And of course, naturally, since it is going to be wrapping up the series of Bleach, Tite Kubo himself had to make a specialized art piece for Johnny Young Bosch, which was not apparently not scripted. Like Morita-san presented to Johnny, and just Johnny was just actually moved to tears to the point. Just again, gratitude wise, saying thank you for letting him do this voice like almost like for decades now, for two decades. So yeah, that's one moment I remember from Anime Expo. And yeah, aside from just like the general things, of course, naturally, I mean, I didn't hear too many nightmare stories of the lines. I mean, granted, it is the biggest anime convention out there, but I didn't hear too many bad things about it. But it's just like, again, Fire Hazard, the crowds. Yeah, I'll stick to MIYC. Thank you very much. I'll stick to my local con. So yeah, I mean that's the only thing I could distinctly remember about Anime Expo.
Yeah, and going back to that with the Bleach scene with Tite Kubo, he actually spoke about the Mirror's High thing, and just to like go back and reiterate your point about him being involved, he says, "For this project, I have been involved from the kickoff meeting. I worked on the title, the scenario, and the character designs. As for character designs, I got so excited working on them and ended up doing more than what was requested. For the logo design, I wanted to come up with something that resembles my style. I made it simple, yet something that will leave an impression the moment you see it. I sat in on the audition and also took part in the recording session, so the characters turned out to be just as I imagined. The story is partly related to the main scenario of the comics, so I hope you look forward to that too." So I think that's what he meant by canon, is that it's related to the main scenario. So I can see this not being like a continuation of the main plot, but kind of like an offshoot that, you know, just kind of like makes sense. Kind of like how Gun Gale Online is an offshoot, but it's still canon for Sword Art Online, but it has nothing to do with like Kirito. So I could see it being something like that.
Okay. All right.
I could be wrong though.
Gotcha.
Basically, it refers to my main series. You should give me more money to buy. Think of it that way, okay? Like, unless this game gets popular enough, it'll be added to the thing. The best way to describe it will be, if anyone has played Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, the character Id was so popular in that spin-off game that he actually is now in the main gacha game. So basically, give me more money and I'll put him in more places. Just give him money.
Pretty much. He's like, I spent years pissing off my editor and possibly quit on him more than once. So just give me more money, just in case I have to do that again.
Yeah, just in case. Oh God.
All right, so if that's going to do it for Anime Expo, we will move on. And the next topic is yours, Matt, because you took a trip out west and you had a chance to check out Kodansha House.
Oh yeah, so I took. Well, I mentioned earlier I was out for about 2.5 weeks, and I went to the West Coast. I did not go to Anime Expo because it was a last minute thing. Tickets were expensive. I'm not going to wait online. I didn't have any features. It's like going to a large con last minute. It's not an experience I wish on anyone. I mean this seriously. Don't do it. Don't do that. So I went out to the next best thing. I went to the Tokyo area and in LA, and I went to the Square Enix Cafe. I'll skip on that. It's a really great. This food was okay. The storefront was better. I'll leave it as that. And I went to Kodansha House, mentioned, and Kodansha House had two events. They had the house event and they had the media event where if you wanted to meet the artists or mangaka or any other people there who were doing stuff. Like, oh, let me show you our new manga. Let me show you the thinking process. Let me show you how I made my art, all that stuff. Right? If you're into that, it's really great. I mean, I'm serious. If you're into that, it's a really good expose. The other house event had had an arcade booth. They had cool features of their upcoming properties. I was deeply surprised at how popular Blue Lock and Blue Period is. I was insane how popular that was. They had an Akira reference. You could do the Akira slide. They did it with their Metro thing. It's pretty cool. I have that saved. And they had a lot. The arcade part got me happy because they had a bunch of SNK games. And the SNK fanboy, had to get on that. That was great. And then the thing that bothered me the most about the Kodansha House experience was, so they had a section where you could buy stuff, right? And they had a library section. So if you wanted to go buy something, you had to wait in a somewhat long line. obviously, to buy stuff. When you get to the line, it's half run by the local Kinikiniya there, and Kodansha. Everything there was so overpriced. It made the Kinikiniya in New York City look like a shopping center. It made it look like a discount store. Okay?
Wow.
They were selling Ghost in a Shell apparel. Like it was a t-shirt, a cotton t-shirt, $99. A white cotton t-shirt, $99.
What?
I'm not joking. This is me not being. I'm not even. You being saying nope. This is exactly what happened, my friend. This is it.
We're talking about a t-shirt here that's like, made of cotton and has like a basic screen print that you can get at any printer for like $10, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With the Ghost in the Shell logo on it.
Wow. Freaking rips.
Yep. It's welcome to America. That's all I have to say, man. That's all I have to say. Like, welcome. It was crazy. There was a lot of the apparel was really priced. The manga was slightly above market price. I'm gonna shoot my shot and tell people the truth. Things are more expensive in California because they have a higher sales tax than other places. Okay, their sales tax is about 10.5%. So basically, every $20 you're spending an extra $2, between 25 to 50 cents. So yeah. That's that. So I was like, no, but I did enjoy the library they had. I got skimmed a couple of series I wanted to read, and they were really promoting Gachakuda out there. They were really promoting the Gachakuda, which is another young shonen series, similar to Kagabush, that's like similar to that, where it has the same vein. So if you're into that, you probably like this too. Yeah. So yeah, Gachakuda is being promoted. So speak your truth. I guess. I guess that's what they want. So. I was just simply, and I mean this, I was just simply surprised that that wasn't crazy, the Kodansha House experience. But I did enjoy the Kodansha House where I had the art and played some of the video games and the Akira slide and the blue period. If you the blue lock, you're able to like kick the ball, get the points, get a free item. I did not win. I am not the next Messi or Romario. If you guys know, I'm not the next one that. But Kodansha House is a really fun experience, but that shop was brutal. It's like you waited online, look at the prices. What the actual fuck? I was like, no way. Can't do this. Yeah. And by the way, the black shirt was the black shirt or the other prints were roughly above $60 as well. They made and by the way, I did go to Disneyland, California. They make Disneyland California like a little cheap. Okay, Disneyland sell their t-shirts between $40 to $60. This was $80+. I'm like, I'm done. I'm an anime fan. I'm not like that. I'm done. Pack it up. I'm getting out of here.
Well, you make Disney look good, then you know you did something wrong.
Yeah, it's like I'm out of here. All right. I see what you guys did here.
Oh jeez.
Like that was crazy. But the Kodansha House is a really fun experience. I can't wait to. And I happened to go there full of mind, a full belly, no booze in me. I wasn't toppling over anything, so it was a really fun experience for me. But yeah, overall though, I hope they open one in New York soon for Anime NYC to experience some of the cool stuff they have there. That's what I hope.
Nice. Good.
Hey, well. At least you had a nice experience. Unlike Kadokawa, that's a segue.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so there's been some drama that happened last month with Kadokawa. Apparently, their CEO almost got ousted because one of their largest stakeholders, Oasis, which is based in China and they own 15.25% of the shares, kind of wanted to take over the company, and they essentially held a meeting to oust the CEO, and they got overturned. And they still are pressuring them to get rid of him, and by doing that, they are threatening to purchase even more shares to get a bigger stake in the company until they get their way. Because business. Yeah, so definitely not looking good. And but there is a dark horse in this race. Sony actually has 11.01%. Yes, that 01 is apparently important. Of the shares in Kadokawa. So, the CEO might not get ousted, but do we really want to give Sony another company when they already own so much?
Yeah, and also, I mean, forgive if I got my information mixed up, but also if it's regarding to Kodansha, like, they also had some things regarding to the author for Cells at Work. Apparently, there was like a whole lot of like like I don't know, treating the mangaka of Cells at Work pretty badly, like when she was taking medical leave, and I don't know, there was something in behind the scenes from what I recall.
That I don't know. I actually have not heard that, but I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, I mean, the word karoshi, which means death from overwork, exists for a reason in Japan. So, but yeah, definitely kind of a shitty thing that Oasis is trying to do to Kadokawa. But then again, when you are Kadokawa, when you own, Ice Press, Yen Press, J Novel Club, Bookwalker, From Software, and so much other stuff, it's it's hard not to be greedy. So we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just refreshing myself. So yeah, apparently up like roughly during the running of Cells at Work is the like from Cells at Work Black, all the spin-off series. Apparently, Kodansha has been treating the mangaka pretty darn badly. So yeah, it's I'm still probably have to research on more details, but yeah, like Kodansha. I mean, yeah, great that to see it and get ousted, but at the same time, look at their own personal practices. If these things are true, we're going to Cells at Work. Like, by all means, like, how hard is it to treat mangakas decently? But yeah, but going back on topic, yeah, like it seems to me it's just like we're going to this whole how China is slowly trying to like get more majority into the Japanese market. I mean, Tencent, all that, yada yada, and now. Yeah, like okay, they're fine for now, but as I said, Sony and yeah. I mean, are we going to move on to it now, or are we still have some more?
Right, and it's like the lesser of two evils here, right? It's like, do we really want China to take over our company, or do we want to just like cave in and give it to Sony and give them a complete monopoly over literally everything?
It's pretty bad because it's like this weird monopoly control of it. Because it's like I feel like they're trying like, well, we need to compete with like Viz and Suensha or Kodansha and these other publishers. But like, sir, you are the big three. Like literally, you're the big three. I don't think you get any bigger than this. I want to go bigger. And then you just look at them like, oh god, you're crazy.
Tana.
Yeah, pretty much. And another segue. Speaking of crazy, time to get to that negative thing about Crunchyroll. Because they made an announcement. So have you ever bought anything on the Crunchyroll store and thought, hey, I like doing this. I like shopping on Crunchyroll. Well, guess what? You can still do that as long as you have a Mega or Ultimate Fan subscription because they are moving their stuff behind the paywall. Yep. So no more, Black Friday deals, no more holiday sales, no more any of that if you are just a regular pleb without a subscription, or at least a subscription that doesn't give them the most amount of money and value for, their shareholders. So yeah, I don't agree with this at all. All I can say is Right Stuff died for this, and I'm not happy with it.
The sad part is like, this is my hot take. I buy my anime manga stuff from Amazon now. I tried using, Crunchyroll to support the industry, or whatever. But it's like they're making you pay until you hit a certain amount, get free shipping. That makes sense. But they're still using USPS. They're still using a postal service, and the book doesn't come in the best conditions when I had it. I have books I got from them that came in bent or horrible condition or like whatever. Like for me, I'm a collector, so it's like I know what a bent book or a bent page looks like. What the hell is this? And it's like, and I had to rebuy from Amazon or a storefront. Or I do feel like too, there's more people who buy books from either Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, or those who are blessed to know a couple of discounts. So shout out to Book Off, I love you, Book Off or Kinokuniya. It just feels like your storefront is meant for people who don't know about other storefronts, but if you're an anime person, you know about other storefronts. It's like, come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I bought from Crunchyroll. Thankfully, it didn't have any too rough things. And this is just like now I'm very glad I bought my entire series collection of Aria Company from Right Stuff before it got bought up, and thankfully I had no problems with it. But now, and I got like one got us a Victory Nikkei figurine from them, which again, props to you, and again, great to help for the discount. But now with this change, like, why on earth are you paywalling a store? You're paywalling a store to access it? What?
Like the whole point of a store is for people who have money to give you that money, right? And have easy access to do so. Putting it behind a paywall to say, give me your money so you can give me your money is not how a store works.
Like, what the heck? Like, of course, that's
oh, not to cut you off. I still, and the sad part is, I'm gonna try to do some research. I know there's a bunch of other manga journalists or people who into that stuff, or anime people in the industry be like, what's that discount they give it? I want to bet the same 15 or 20% discount you got without the storefront back in the day, because I remember the discount, I have in my receipt saved. It's the same discount you get to pay for it. They just transfer the discount to a paid subscription. Whatever, it's crap, man.
Well, it's like I said before the podcast, it's the whole AEW and HBO Max situation where, yeah, you pay for HBO Max and you get a $10 discount on AEW pay-per-views, but it's cheaper just to buy the AEW pay-per-view outright, because if you add up the $10 discount and then the subscription, you're actually paying more for the pay-per-view than you would if you just bought it on its own.
Basically. That's like... It's maddening. It's maddening. And again, reminder, Sony is owned... Like, Crunchyroll is owned by Sony, and if you haven't heard about the gaming industry, yeah, Sony is trying to kill off all physical media, which I don't know if that's the initiative also trying to from gaming industry into anime and manga. Because also, just a quick reminder as well, this was brought up, the licensing from Crunchyroll, from the defunct Funimation Studios for the licensing streaming rights for Black Lagoon, you can't watch that anymore. Like they took it off their services, and the only way you could do it is physical. Oh, wait a minute, you can't get them physical because it's under the Funimation label. And if you haven't checked out on the eBay prices, those things are going for exuberant prices.
No, and that's kind of the crappy part about it. It's like the one thing I hate about it is like, okay. And again, right, Josh said it perfectly. Right Stuff died for this. You kill the competitor so you can have a fake monopoly, not realizing that the consumer, can buy things from other storefronts and not do this. Unless your discount is like 50% off, I can't see a logical person paying for this. I'm not even trying to be a dick here. Like, okay, I have to pay a Crunchyroll subscription, which is price point. I don't know what it is. I don't own a Crunchyroll subscription. I watch my anime. I sail the 7 Seas, so I'm gonna do a quick Google here. Okay, Google, what is it? How much is it to be dumb?
Let's see what the beep boop say.
Beep boop beep. Crunchyroll is between $10 a month to $20 a month. This is the monthly subscription. Okay, so it costs $10 to access a store for additional payments, or $20. So I'm scratching my head and I'm going like, and by the way, these tier subscription comes similar to the Netflix situation. When you buy it, all you're really doing is buying it for access to pretty much like how many places you can put it on. If you have the lowest subscription, you can, which is a month, you're gonna put on one device. If you get the $13.99 subscription, the middle tier, you get 4 devices and you get access to the video game vault, which I don't know what the hell that means. They own video games, sure, whatever. Which I don't understand. But if you pay $20, you get access to their manga they have and the highest score discounts, and you get access to the swag bag. And I'm like, I'm scratching my head. It's like, okay, but if I spend a $20, and this is crazy here, why would I buy from the store if I'm getting access to the manga anyway? Do you understand how you killing yourself? Oh my god, I'm surrounded by these empty-headed dumb fucks that can't run a basic business. If I pay $20 and that's the maximum I could pay for a month, I get access to your manga. Most anime people also read manga. So you lost a subset of people who's going to buy manga from your store, even with discounts. All right, I'm
glad you brought that up, because I am going to give you all a tip. And this is me coming to the rescue. There is a site that I still have not tried yet. I will admit this, but I have seen other people who have, and I think I've even told you about it, Matt. It's called Manga Mart. Manga Mart is an independent seller of manga. They like doing things like discounts, especially on pre-orders. Like you can get the newest volume of Blue Lock, volume 32, pre-ordered for $9.74. Retail price is $12.99. The newest volume of Gacha Kuda, $9.74. The newest volume of The Climber, volume 6, $17.24 because it's a thick boy. It's normally $23. Kingdom, normally $15. Pre-order price, $11.24. They do this for literally every single pre-order. There is no exception. Every pre-order is on sale. When it's regularly in stock, most of the time, they're also on sale. If you miss paying $9.99 for a volume of Viz Media manga, guess what? Manga Mart might actually have it for that price, normally. And when they ship it to you, they pack it with care. And from the videos I've seen of the unboxings, I have not seen one damaged book in like 10 or 20 videos that one guy has posted. So if I were you, if you're looking for a good deal and you want to try them out, check out mangamart.com. We're not sponsored. Please sponsor us. But yeah, check out mangamart.com and see what they have to offer. I do know if you do a bunch of pre-orders, they will not ship them, I think, at the same time. They'll ship them when it makes sense, where you get them all at once. So it's kind of a little bit of a snag there. But, you know, if you get them in great condition, you just save some money. Why the hell not? There you go. Suck it, Crunchyroll.
Also, by the way, as you were saying it, I actually typed it of the website right now. I'm looking into it. They honor their pre-orders. It seems consistent. Unlike, this is no insult to Amazon. Amazon pre-ordering manga does save you money, but if the price fluctuates, let's say you buy. I'm a huge Bakita Grappler guy. I buy Bakita Grappler and the discount's 10%, so I save $2 off. But if I buy it the following day, Monday, I don't get the 10%. Let's say it's 5%. But it can't. The only thing I can do is save more money. I can't spend more money. This one seems like they locked it in, which is nice. And they got okay. There you go. Look at that. I can pre-order My Dear Detective Volume 7 for $10.49. That's not bad. Okay, I might consider using this site now. Now I need to find it. Now I need to see, do they sell older books, and that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And the thing is, you have to keep in mind they're not a big shop, so they're not going to have a huge back order like Amazon does. So if they run out, you got to be a little bit patient for them to get it back in stock. But hey, at those prices, I mean, that's hardly an inconvenience.
Pretty much.
That you go even more further, like, yeah, support your mom and pop stores, support the local indies. Dude, this whole Crunchyroll thing, like, by all means, you are just, again, it's bad enough you're owned by Sony, and now you're just doing this. It's just like shaking my head by y'all.
Because the thing is, like, all joke aside, I do understand that technically speaking, that the Crunchyroll subscription might be on the cheaper end compared to other streaming services. Other, like, you know, Netflix is pretty expensive, Hulu, etc. I get into all of this stuff. At the same time, is locking your store, which is, by the way, a revenue generator behind a paywall, is crazy. You need to generate much revenue you can, so just make it free. It would make sense if I have a subscription and I get access, and not access, but I get, like, you know, an extra discount. Sure, that's fine. But like the entire storefront, I'm out, man. I'm tapped out. Let's go to Manga Mart, go to Amazon, go to your local bookstore. I don't know. I'm out.
It's pretty much, I'm sorry to be crude here, but it just reminds me of, like, oh, you want access to the store to actually buy something? Like, it just reminds me of those old-fashioned porn sites. Like, oh, you want access to the good stuff? Just, you have to pay for a subscription fee to access to the stuff. Like, it's, Crunchyroll, like, I can't with you. I can't. Like you said, you want to, like, you're part of the anime industry. You want to support it. This is not how you do it. This isn't how you do it. And now with all this thing, licensing issues, the moving to digital only media, and like, oh, if you don't have, I don't know, God forbid, if you have like some sort of online DRM services, like, oh, if you don't have access to your account for a month, you lose all your rights to the streaming services and such. You rent, or whatever it is, you don't actually legally own it. Of that thing, I don't know. Again, 1986, all that metaphor. Again.
No, basically, you own nothing like it. That's the end of the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And another blow to Crunchyroll is that George Wada the president of Wit Studio,
Yes.
said that he's making his own anime awards because he felt so disrespected by Crunchyroll that he wants to actually honor, anime made by Japanese people and voted on by the Japanese public and Japanese, professionals. And it's called Tokyo Anime Next. And they've already announced that it's, I think, coming in October. So
Good. I've seen George Wada during like one of Spike's family panels. Yeah, and by all means, yes, it just feels so darn patronizing when they were, again, we discussed it again when they do their anime award shows. It's just so darn patronizing, and like now with how like it's from the Japanese industry themselves, like witnessing how Crunchyroll just does business and like not respecting the creators, the culture, the nation that it comes from. Yeah. Again, it's bad enough. Like I think even with Crunchyroll, like I have like I don't know. I believe with the whole I know there was one previous issue we're going to like with using AI, we're going to one of their subs. I know with the Banana Fish deal, I know they have recently changed.
No, what happened with Banana Fish was like originally, because by the way, Banana Fish is a classic. It's a OG manga, man. But Banana Fish, what happened was they end up using AI machine voice text, and they use it away, and people caught onto it for their translations and for other countries, and then like screw that shit, never use real people. They were just being cheap. But the one thing I do find funny though about the Tokyo Anime Fest, their own anime damn show, is like now we're gonna have to keep our show going. Which anime in Japan bought for this spot? We got to know what is Japan buying? What are they corporate sponsoring? I want to see. I want to see what they're buying up.
Yeah, but still, this all came about because Crunchyroll literally did the biggest self-report ever last year at the Anime Awards when Solo Leveling won 9 awards. And it's like, oh, gee, imagine that. The anime that's made by Aniplex, which is co-produced by Crunchyroll and owned by Sony, which is sponsoring the Anime Awards from Crunchyroll, won the fucking award of the year, or Anime of the Year, plus 8 other awards. Like, that's the biggest self-report ever.
Yeah. I mean, we can go on rambling for hours, but yeah, the situation with Crunchyroll, and I mean, in Sony in general, I could, like, I'm not sure, like, I haven't checked out Crunchyroll's socials, but I know Sony with PlayStation, everyone's just like, yeah, screw Sony, fuck Sony, and with this, I'm not sure if this going to be in the same tune with Crunchyroll. I mean, I'm curious to see how it's going to be an anime I want to see when the convention, like how people are, like, obviously they're going to be the suckers or
no,
people.
I think the problem is that like it would. I think how to put this? They're going to have to do a lot to win people's faith back. I expect them to do like, but they have at least a month and a half to fix their PR for this, because in my mind, cannot picture any human being paying a subscription to have access to a store, unironically, for anime where you have other competition to it. Like, heads up, you do not need PSN Plus to buy video games. You can buy video games at other storefronts, online, of course, but get the whole point. It's just crazy. So like, these are legitimately empty-headed dumb fucks. Like, I can't believe this. They can't manage a fucking anime award show at this point, apparently, too, either.
Nope, they can't. Speaking of anime, let's get on, because we got 2 seasons to cover, because one ended in between our last show and this one, and another one actually started. That's how much of a gap we had. So spring anime season, I'll just go through the 3 shows that I ended up finishing. There was actually one I'm still watching because it's a 2-core show, which is Demons of the Shadow Realm. But first one was Petals of Reincarnation, and let's be honest, we all watched this show because of the meme. It had Lolly Hitler in it. All right? That was the whole reason why people checked it out. And yes, we got Hitler. It was tame, I guess. I mean, I was expecting more, but hey, whatever. Sadly, once that novelty and the meme wears off, this is probably one of the weaker shows I saw in the spring season. So essentially, the concept is cool. There's a boy named Toya. He looks up to his brother. He always wishes he could be more academically superior because, Asian culture. And he wants talent. And he is promised talent by having his throat slit. So apparently there's this thing called a branch of reincarnation, and if you slit your throat with it, either 2 things happen. Either 1, you die, or 2, the essence of a historic person from the past will invade your body and give you powers and give you talent. And of course, Toya becomes Mega Man in the fact that he can actually steal other people's talents. That's his talent. So now he gets to collect all the talents in the world. He joins an organization. Can't remember the name of it. It's the House, or no, the Forest of something, whatever. Forest of Greats. There we go. And he essentially is roped into the whole, we fight against the people who use their talents for evil type of thing. Like, all right, here we go. Basic shonen rules. Then in the span of 2.5 episodes, 2.5 episodes, mind you, he finds out that the Forest of Greats are evil and that the bad guys are good and want to recruit him. But then the bad guys end up dying, and so he gets taken in by the military, which has his friend who finds out he is a returner and gets all fucking tsundere and pissy at him, but he takes him in anyway. But they're not really the military. They're like a secret operative thing who's looking into the branches and trying to figure out what's going on. And then you find out that the forest is actually being manipulated by another returner who's mind controlling everyone through like medical care. Yeah, that happens in 2.5 episodes. It's like the plot just went all over the place. And it didn't even wrap up. We're getting a second season. I don't know if I want to watch it. But yeah, it was probably the weakest one. The second weakest one was Hibara-kun's New Game Plus. So this is your typical, oh, my life is shit. I wish I could go back and redo it. And oh my God, I fell asleep and now I'm back in time and I get to redo it. Turns into basically a regular high school slice of life rom-com because, yeah, they just kind of like ignore the time travel thing. It was a big focus point for the first episode. Then they kind of like reference it here and there, but it just turns into Hibara just fixing his life and finding out that, hey, the more I try and fix, the more I screw things up. And now the guy that I don't want to be mad at me is mad at me because he thinks I'm stealing his girl when I'm actually interested in this other girl. But the other girl that blah, blah, blah. It's like, typical high school bullshit. It was decent. Wasn't going to really win any awards. I pretty much gave it a 3 out of 5. I've seen better time travel stuff. But hey, it had time travel. It had rom-com stuff. And those two of my favorite genres. So why not? And the one I think stole the absolute shit out of the season, Akane Banashi. Yes, this was absolutely phenomenal. I gave this one 4.75 stars, about as high as I can give without going to a perfect score. And I think I said on Twitter, out of 700 series that I've done, I've only given out like 8 5-star scores because it's very tough to get a perfect score out of me. And just to clarify, when I give a perfect score, I don't mean it's a perfect anime. I just mean it's an anime that resonated with me and touched me so much that it lives rent-free in my head. And there's only like 8 series that do that. But this was very, very good. And I can't wait for the second season. But it's about a girl named Akane. And it kind of worded a little bit weirdly because she's trying to follow in her footsteps of her father, who is trying to take the Shunichi exam, I believe it's called, to become the highest level of Rakugo or Japanese storyteller. And he gets expelled because I guess Isho Arakawa, the guy who runs the school, is a complete, set in stone of tradition. And if it's not tradition, it's not going to succeed. And none of the students lived up to his expectations, so expel them all. And she said that that's the day my father, the Rakugo, died. And I'm like, oh, did he commit suicide? And I'm like, that got heavy. But no, he basically just became a salary man, which is basically death anyway. But yeah, she works hard and goes to a competition and tries to follow in her father's footsteps. And, she has to win the competition using a children's story called Jugamo or whatever it's called. But yeah.
Like the old Japanese folk tale, tongue twister. Yeah.
Tongue twister. That one. And, it was so endearing, so heartwarming. Akane as a character was like so many different levels. Like she was quirky, she was snarky, but she was also serious. She was dramatic. She had emotion, and like every archetype you can think of for a slice of life, that was her. And she just brought the entire show to life, and it was phenomenal. So if you have not watched it, no excuse now. Marathon it. All 12 episodes are out. The second season, I think, is coming in January. So you've got a little bit of time before we get to see Akane again. But
nice.
Those are my impressions. I ended up dropping some other shows like Needy Girl Overdose. That show was that was something. I mean, I know they're trying to do like a really dark take on the whole VTuber stuff and the life of a VTuber, but it was more like symbolic than it was edgy, and it just lost me. Like I didn't have like desire to keep watching it. But yeah, I dropped a few shows, but those are the 3 of the 4 that I continued on from spring. And like I said, Demons of the Shadow Realm, which is Hiromu Arakawa, Fullmetal Alchemist. It's absolutely a banger. It's probably gonna get like a 4 or 4.25 out of me once this thing wraps up this season. But yeah, spoilers. But those 3 were, the ones I watched. Those are my thoughts. Guys, what did you watch and what were your thoughts?
I mean, for the last season, like the one thing I could pretty much get to give props is Otaga. It's just like the one you recommended me. Finished it up with the 13 episodes. It's, again, straight good feels. Again, we're going to the otaku gal dynamic, which has been popular. And yeah, even for the third episode, I mean, that's simple and so, but nothing too grandiose. But it's something I definitely enjoyed casually. So Otaga definitely is one of the series I've enjoyed the last season. Of course, naturally, became dated the second most popular girl. That thing's also in the same vein. Also good, just simple vibes, just straight up, if anything else.
And not to cut you off, but just a quick note, I actually ended up dropping those 2 shows, not because they're bad, but because I'm also reading the manga, and I know that the manga English releases are far behind the anime, so I didn't want to get spoiled. So that's why I dropped them. And just to prove that I love them, I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class was my manga of the year last year. So yeah, it's not that I hated it. It's because I didn't want to get spoiled. I do plan on going back and watching it once I find out where the anime stops in the manga. Once I figure that out, and when I get past that volume, I will go back and marathon it to see how it compares. But yeah, I was just like, I don't want to get spoiled because I love these 2 series so much.
It is, again, like the anime itself, it's fairly casual, and I mean, obviously prepping up for the next season, it feels like. But yeah, overall, those two series, a good comfy shows during watching the work week, and just like a good way to just spend the time. So yeah, good comfy shows, and I'm just trying to like remember what other series that I watched for pretty much on the series, and I mean, those are the only two that's really just popping in my head right now. Like other series that I've like from the last season. I've seen that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the only thing that really stuck out. I'm sorry. Like other titles, I know like couples are still going on right now. Like Irumakun season 3, that thing's still ongoing. Oh yeah, I mean, this is just more of my junk food anime. It's like Reborn as a Vending Machine season 3. I mean, this thing is pretty much the low budget show, but it's a feel good show. And like, not to put spoiler warnings here. The vending machine actually gets the new form. He actually becomes human. Spoilers. And I'm not sure if there's a chance that there'll be another continuing on with the series. There's already been 3 seasons, but yeah, like that thing. Reincarnated as vending machine is again another comfy junk food show that I've like casually enjoyed. So yeah, I mean, those are the 3 I could distinctly remember at the top of my head right now. But yeah, those things I fairly enjoyed generally.
My mind just went somewhere completely degenerate when you said he became human. It's like I could just imagine the scene.
Oh no!
It's like, hey, if you push my buttons, I can still deliver something to you.
Oh god!
And I thought I was almost the bad one here.
Oh no, god!
Here comes the delivery right into the slot.
No, God, please no, jeez.
And the sad thing is, there's probably a fanfic out there of that happening right now.
I mean, it's also strange as well with that series. It's actually literally another reincarnation, another reincarnatee. I mean, I don't know what the proper term is, but basically there's one that actually was reincarnated as literal farmland. I kid you not. Like what I discovered, like what? Okay, we get it with the reincarnation stuff. Has always been crazy from trucks, food cans, vending machines. Okay, fine, but reincarnated as literal farmland, as walking, talking farmland, communicating farmland. Like, okay, we're really going everywhere. Like, if we could think, okay, reincarnate as a TV, reincarnate as a chair. What the heck? Yeah. I mean, oh, wait a minute. That was actually a legit movie once. Like, yeah. But I digress, yeah. So those are the series I watched the last season. But this season, definitely, we'll talk about as soon as we can. But Matt, any shows you've been watching?
I've been watching. The only one. There's one show I've been watching. At least it caught my eye because I was going to Kodansha house. Was Witch Hat Outsider, and it's really impressive. And like again, I was surprised to have some manga there, but again, the price point. But it's something I probably want to read more than watch. But it's really interesting. I really did enjoy that. Again, like Wildfire, that one caught. And as you guys may know me, I'm an OG manga guy. I love my old school manga stuff. I'm just happy that Ringo Takahashi's still alive, pumping out classics. I did watch Mao, and that's pretty much all I was able to keep up with. The only thing I'm hoping for is that with the success of the Tenchi Galaxy. Which
yes. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, with the success of that Kickstarter happening, I dropped money for it. I hope it could become a series, but those are the things I try to keep up to. I know that some of my friends have been trying to get me to watch more sports manga. Like, you should watch Blue Lock Period. You should watch Diamond Ace. I'm like, I don't know, man. The only sports manga I'm looking forward to is Slam Dunk being reprinted, and that's it. That's all I'm hoping up for. And Initial D, because cars are driving downhill dangerous to sport, I think, right?
Sure. Basically. It's a pastime. It's a pastime if it can for some people.
I mean, I had that one scene in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift where it was all about driving downhill.
Dane. But yeah, good. Thank you for reminding me, Matt. Yeah, so if you haven't heard already, there is a current Kickstarter for Tenchi Muyo Galaxy, which is they say the spiritual successor to Tenchi Universe, which again, Kickstarter is currently still up and available right now. I think 2-3 more weeks, give or take. And right now they just recently opened more slots for autographed copies with the original voicing of Tenchi and Ryoko. I mean, I changed my pledge. Yeah, I'm going. I want those autographs, and even for the OG
they got a majority of the original voice acting cast. There was a couple who couldn't make it.
Original voice Ayaka retired.
Exactly. But getting Narissa Ravencroft in there as a nice,
Yes, I was surprised. I was surprised that happened. Like, what? Narissa Ravencroft is in Tenchi Muyo? What the heck is this?
The sad part is like the connect, but I was praying. This is my honest thing. I was hoping that they get her to sing some of the newer English openings, like Miss Taylor did, like "Talent for Love." I'm hoping for that. That's what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. I want Narissa to be on the boat, but I'm hoping it's successful enough that it can make a series. I know we're getting a pilot. Everyone who sponsors, remember, you're getting a pilot. You're getting a pilot. If the pilot says we get a series, that's all I'm hoping for. But that's me.
Yes.
So I'm hoping Suwensha, please reprint the Tenchi Muyo manga. You still own the rights to it. Please reprint it.
Yes, please. Like, any more Tenchi Muyo in 2026? Heck yeah, please. By all means. But yeah.
All right. And with that, we're going to switch from spring over to summer because spring is not here anymore. We don't want to talk about that anymore. It's done. Bye. Get out of here.
It's hot.
Yeah, so we have the summer shows which are currently airing. We are currently in the third week, or at least entering the third week for some shows. And yes, enough has been seen. We got the 3-episode rules. Time to talk about what's good, what's not, and what have you. At least the ones that I am watching. The first one I'm watching is Kore Kaite Shine, or Draw This, Then Die. And from the title, it sounds kind of gruesome about the life of a mangaka, but this is probably one of the ones that took me by absolute shock about how adorable it is. So it's about a girl named Ai Yasumi who kind of is like a shut-in. She has like social anxiety, and she's trying to go through elementary school, and she can't make friends. So she goes to this little bookstore that rents out manga, and she finds one that just resonates with her. And she keeps renting it over and over and over. And she goes from elementary school to middle school. Now she's in high school, and she's still renting this one book, and there's only one volume that basically exists. And it inspires her to basically start putting herself out there. And it kind of like is a little weird because one of the characters, Pokota from the manga, she like visualizes that character popping up like next to her on her shoulder. And she like hears him talking. It's like, what would a manga protagonist do? And that's what she uses to talk to other people. And it also inspires her to become a manga artist herself. And she just wants to meet the author of the manga. And this author took like a like huge hiatus. They hasn't been seen or heard from, but there's like a comic convention that they're going to be at, and she goes there, and she discovers that the manga author is actually her teacher, and her teacher has been scolding her for reading manga and telling her it's not worth her time. So she's trying to convince her teacher, who's basically her idol, to change her mind and let her become a manga author. And it's, like I said, one of the most endearing shows I've seen in a long time. And right now it's in the running for my anime of the season. It was that good.
Oh. Nice on it.
And of course, this one's a classic. And it pains me to know that Origa is no longer with us. We couldn't get, an updated version of Inner Universe. But, of course, I'm talking about the Ghost in the Shell. It is back. And I can tell you this much. They said they were going to do the manga justice. And for the first 2 episodes, it is a near 1-to-1 perfect replication. Right down to the character art. I know a lot of people are upset because they're used to the old Ghost in the Shell and the way the major looked and stuff like that, and all the characters like Bato and stuff. They look more comical, they look rougher, but if you actually read the manga, you know that this is a replication of what they actually look like. So they are doing...
sad part? Oh, not to cut you off. I'm a huge fan of the Ghost of Shell. Is one we're watching too. But I'm watching Discourse's line piss me off. Show me how many tourists and larpers there are. Like, you don't read the manga. Look, I get it that you've seen a version of it that's there, but the fact that you did no research, like, this is close to the manga. I've seen the no. You've seen an anime that done it like 10 years ago. You don't know the original work, which, by the way, still in print. You can buy it from Dark Horse today. Anyway, go on.
Yep, I was going to say that the show is really doing it justice, and I am absolutely loving the shit out of it. So.
Yeah, nostalgia. I want to join in with you up. First time seeing Ghost in the Shell and actually seeing it side by side with the old OG film to this one with the manga. Yeah, it's just such a distinct taste. I mean, I get it. One loves the nitty gritty style, but I just also love how it is close to the manga adaptation, and just how the major is just so gremlinly. Again, yes, is basically, and again, renowned hentai artist as well, and just oh dang, major, holy crap, I like the endorphins. Oh jeez.
In episode 2, they did not hide the fact that she is bisexual. Nope, Motoko is her bisexuality is intact, and her little deep dive into her little visionary world that she took. Yeah, they went in on it.
It was amazing. So yeah, I love how expression. Again, she's like a little gremlin. I love it.
Yeah, and the next one I'm watching, and this one's making a lot of waves. I actually have mixed feelings on it, and that is The Sparks of Tomorrow. And this takes place back in 1907. This is during the Meiji era, and they're basically trying to invent electricity. There's a couple things I don't like about it. The first one is the fact it comes off more like a Disney movie than it does an actual anime, with all those quirky, comical, safe for family type of jokes, with characters that are overpronouncing themselves and overreacting, and I didn't really care for that, but the story itself is kind of endearing. The other thing I don't like is the main character, Kihachi, because he was depicted as having also social anxiety, which is becoming a theme. How he's really nervous about talking to people, and apparently he's supposed to carry that from his childhood into his teenage years. Well, halfway through the first episode, it's like they forgot he had social anxiety. He had no problems talking to people whatsoever, and there was no explanation as to why. So those two things kind of really bothered me about it. But yeah, the search for his older brother's electrical guide to basically figure out how to bring his idea of creating electricity to life, and then finding out that someone else is after it and solving the mystery of what happened to him after he went off to war. It's a touching story, but it's still a little odd. I'm going to give it a little more time to see if it just gels with me, but if you're into that kind of stuff, the animes that are supposed to look serious but don't take themselves seriously, then this will probably be a good show for you, but it's kind of like a mixed feelings for me right now. Have any of you guys watched that one yet?
I have not.
Okay.
Nope, not yet.
Another one that's kind of like that, but is still a little bit more my speed is Smoking Behind a Supermarket with You. And this one is pretty much slice of life through and through. It's about a salaryman named Sasaki who essentially works late. He gets pushed to the brim. His boss is always yelling at him, so he goes to this convenience store. He buys the same thing every time and goes to the same cash register because there is a girl there named Yamada. I want to get this right because there is kind of a plot twist here. And Yamada is always happy. She's always smiling, and she just makes his day. They don't even interact. They only interact as like, here's my rewards card. Thank you very much. Here's my change, blah, blah, blah. And he walks off. But just seeing her smiling face is the whole reason for him getting through his day. Then he goes behind the supermarket to try and find a place to smoke because he just needs to unwind and unnerve. And he finds a girl there named Tayama. And they just talk. That's all it is they laugh, they joke. She's very tomboyish. She's brash. And he feels like he can just like say things to her and vice versa. Well, the thing is Sasaki's a little bit dense and doesn't realize that Tayama and Yamada are the same person, and she's basically exhibiting two completely different personalities behind the register and behind the supermarket. And because she's dressed differently, portrayed differently, he doesn't realize they're the same person. But it's really cute how she basically like alludes to the fact that she knows Yamada and vice versa, and she's like quote unquote relaying messages back and forth, but it's actually the same person. So she's like purposely leading him on, and it's actually pretty funny. But this one's actually pretty endearing. But there are moments where it is a little more comical than serious. So like Sparks of Tomorrow is supposed to come across as a drama, but doesn't take itself seriously, but it's kind of like toned down versus Sparks of Tomorrow, so it's kind of tolerable for me. So I'm going to keep watching it. So have you guys seen that one?
I probably should have put that on the list, like, because I've heard nothing but good things in regards. Like, I always thought, okay, with Smoking Behind the Market, like just I don't know. It's almost it's like that golf girl that you can talk absolute shit with. Just be true yourself, and like as I said, being a salaried, it's death, and sometimes you just need something like literally a girl talking to you to help you get through the day. Which again, don't underestimate conversation of a beautiful female, a beautiful person. It can actually save a life.
Me personally, I've only read the first 5 chapters of it online because I still have overseas. I haven't watched it yet, but it is on my series I would like to purchase because I'm into that kind of like city life stuff. Because I don't know, man. Mine is the whole I'm in love with the salary worker. I relate to his work pain struggles of I work for empty-headed dumb fucks. And I have to go to the job, and the only joy I get in my life is buying this particular item. That is too close to home. So it's like, yeah. the first. I read the first online. I don't know who's publishing it in English, but I have been reading it online through other means. So that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I probably should definitely check it out. Yeah.
All right, and the next one, just from the title alone, I did not read the synopsis. All I did was read the title. And that was what made me watch it. And that's Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games. Except there's fighting games and there's video games involved. I'm there. All right. So I went into this and I completely forgot what it was about. And then I'm like, I forgot because I didn't read what it was about. I just went by the title. And I didn't realize what it was because the Japanese title, I didn't realize what the Japanese title was. So I'm watching it and I'm like, what is this prissy high society bullshit anime? Why did I put this on my list? And then I realized, it's this one. So there's a girl named Aya. She basically is tired of being like the tomboy and she wants to refine herself. So she goes to an upper echelon school. And the very first day that she is there, she and the other classmates notice a girl named Mio. And despite the fact that Mio is a first year and has only been there for like a day, the aura that she puts off is like so high class that they just like revere her, right, as like this goddess amongst them. And that illusion shatters when Aya is walking by a room and she hears the tapping of a fight stick. and she opens the door, and she is just annihilating noobs left and right in Street Fighter 6. Like, this is obviously sponsored by Capcom because they were straight up using Street Fighter 6 footage. And of course, Aya used to be, addicted to fighting games, mainly Street Fighter 4. So she's looking on, and she just mutters SF6. She doesn't even see the TV. She just knows it from the sound effects. Mio looks over, gets this really crazed look in her eyes, and she's like, a rival. And she like yanks her into the club room, and they have a match, and Aya wipes the floor with her. And Mio's can't believe it that she, the goddess of online matches, just got schooled by this girl that she was pulled into like a club room. And yeah, it was really cute. It's really endearing. I've seen the first 2 episodes. I love it, so I'm going to keep watching that one. So again, same question to you guys. Have you seen this one yet?
I've heard nothing but good things about it, but again, I'm not really a fighting guy, so I'm not sure if that really interests in my park.
I have been watching it, and it's giving me. I like the series. It's giving me vibes of like what I liked about a high school girl, but in a different direction. But this is more about the competitive side of fighting games. Well, high school girl is a love of the. I would say love of the way the arcades used to be in older games and the whole early atmosphere. Now we're like in the modern era of what gaming is. So I kind of like it. They kind of like companionships to each other. But I have been watching this intensely. It's been pretty good. I'm just waiting for the episode where she just says, I'm not even gonna. I can't wait for they do the joke saying, I don't even respect your mix up. I'm just gonna drive rush. I'm like, I can't wait for that to happen. I can't wait for that joke to happen. I don't respect mix up. Just drive rush.
Also, respect for mentioning High Score Girl. That was an absolutely phenomenal gaming romance anime.
It's one of the goats. I mean, the manga's still in print. It's like I still stand by it. It's like the best slice of life series for people who actually play video games. Okay.
Oh yeah, I know the manga's still in print because I have the entire set. I bought it all.
Worth every penny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. I still love. Oh no, she's goated. But yep. The next one. Oh boy, was I wrong about her. So this one is your typical high school romance, but I love the direction it took with it. And for some reason, Anime News Network didn't love this. They gave it like 2 to 2.5 stars, but I just love this show. It resonated with me. So essentially, it's about 2 friends from the country, one named Hayato and another named Haruki. Haruki is a tomboy. She dressed like a boy, and of course, he thought she was a boy. She moved away to Tokyo, and you could definitely tell that they were such deep, good friends that he was like legit like upset and sad that she was gone. He moves to Tokyo because their family moved. And yes, because it's anime and we have to have a plot device, he ends up at the same school and in the same class and in the seat next to her. But he doesn't recognize her. He just like, wait a minute. Her name is Haruki Nikaido? That sounds familiar. That sounds like my friend. And he doesn't put it together right away until she like meets him out back because he stumbles upon like this gardening club person. And since he's in the country, he knows about gardening. He's trying to help her out. And she teases him and starts recalling a story from their time as kids. And that's when it hits him like, this is my friend. And you would think that the anime would go and overplay the joke. Like, I can't believe that he was a girl the entire time. Nope. He just silently accepts it. And they just pick up their life as if it just never stopped. And it was such like a well done plot point that I'm like, they stayed away from the tropes. They stayed away from the obvious bullshit. And they just made it so natural feeling that I'm like, this is amazing. The second episode was kind of more generic, but the first episode was like one of the strongest episodes I've seen. But yeah, if you're looking for a good slice of life romance, I don't care what Anime News Network says, this was actually well done. So check that one out.
Cool.
The next one, I've only seen the first episode of. I was going to be watching the second episode today to get caught up. But this one is called Love Unseen Beneath the Clear Night Sky. This one is more or less a serious drama type of story. There is a couple of comedic moments, but you can tell it's like a more serious show about a boy who essentially just doesn't want to do anything in life. He's kind of loner. He's like, don't drag me to parties. I want to be the introvert. I don't want to deal with people, that type of guy. And he gets dragged to a mixer against his will, and there he meets a girl named Koharu, who's basically blind. And as they're walking back, Koharu's friend Yuko basically is like the outgoing type, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Because I can't be at class tomorrow. I can't help her out. I can't be her aide. Can you watch her for me?" And before he can even answer, she just runs off and like dumps it on him. So he's in the class with her. He basically looks at her and he's like, "Oh, I really don't want to do this." And then she drops her walking cane. He's about to leave, but he notices like he's the only one left, and he's like, "God damn it! I guess I got to help her." And so through that, he gets like roped into walking home with her and stuff, and he's like begrudgingly doing all this. But the more he like talks to her, he's like, "How can someone who is so disabled be so cheerful and have a good outlook on life? Surely she's had it tough. Why is she acting like it doesn't bother her?" And he's starting to become captivated by this blind girl. So it's one of those serious drama love romance type stories that is so well done so far that I'm enjoying the hell out of this one. I can't wait to see episode 2 later today. But again, one more time, broken record. Have you guys seen it? How you know?
How you know?
It seems definitely a show that's like, if you want something that's more hearts, that tugs at the heartstrings, it's definitely a show I probably should check out, but I have not.
All right.
It sounds something up my alley. I would watch because it's giving me To Your Eternity, not To Your Eternity, a Silent Voice vibes. To Your Eternity already broke my heart already. I can't. That like I said, look, I have nothing but respect for you, all my son. But if you never made the modern arc, you would have been beyond peak. That's all I have to say.
Agreed. And last one I'm watching, I saved the best for last. I think you all. Will knows where I'm going. Yanni Neko, aka Chainsmoker Cat.
Of course, we got 2 smoking shows this season. Oh boy, one that actually is healthy, and another one is just absolutely pure disgusting.
So how do I sum this show up? I'll just do it this way. Episode 1, the first 3 minutes. You have a cat girl who's addicted to smoking. You have a landlord walking in on her seeing side boob. You have said landlord going downstairs to jerk off to said image of her side boob. And at the same time, you have her smoking a cigarette out of a garbage bag because that's the only thing she has left, and making her sick and going over, straddling her toilet, and rocket projectile diarrhea shitting into it.
How affident is we're going through our current situation at the moment.
Right? So yeah, that's Yanni Neko in a nutshell. And if you make it to episode 2, then you're introduced to her friend who is a drug addict. You see her shooting up right there in her apartment. And you also get introduced to her gaming addicted friend who is forced to squirt. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. She basically she's like, yep, I have a stone bladder. I can hold my pee. Let's put that to the test. Yanni, hold her down. Foot right on the crotch, rubbing, and it flies. I cannot wait to see episode 3 later today. That is on my watch list to get done.
Yeah, Yanni Neko, geez Louise, have been making the splashes to the point that, yeah, it's actually like, again, if you haven't seen her yet, like, apparently there's a big divide between the West and the East. Apparently Japanese fans did not like it because it's just pure disgusting in the sort. Of course, here in the West, we enjoy it because, again, that's a Tuesday for us.
The reason why I also like it too is that, like, Yanni Neko, besides this comedic effect of it, actually shows how disgusting neat life is. For us, we have losers here, but not needs, but we know it's bad. It's like, no, we're not like the guys. Come on. We have people who sleep at freaking cafes all day, who sleep in the park. Come on, you do have a homeless problem. You have a need problem. Chill on me.
Yes. Like, we acknowledge it, like, and like how, as many of the public says, is it like, it's so beautiful. Again, the artwork is beautiful on how it shows off how dirty one of Yanni Neko's is. Again, the griminess, like you smoke in the bathroom while you're having a pile of dead cigarette butts in there, like so grimy, like all the moldy stuff. Like the fact that you have that sister who wants to try to help you, but have to come in a giant hazmat suit just because you're dead. To the point is like, it's beautiful in its interpretation. It's crazy. Again, it's just bad out off the wall to the point like of the drugs, the smoking, and like, again, when I saw that first, I was like, this is why I don't smoke. And good, if it's doing that that subliminal message of not smoking, but always you've done the job for me. Thank you. It's just like how absolutely just crazy we're going to like almost to the point of like how people's nature can be. Again, you had that raging gamer, an addicted smoker, one who's addicted to drugs, and the next one out from the clips I see again, who's just addicted to sex jokes, to shimanetas. I don't know, something of that side.
She's a degenerate. It's a degenerate, yeah.
So yeah, is like I personally just love how off the wall it crazy it is, and yeah, Yanni Neko, yeah, it's true. It is disgusting. It's shocking. It's downright perverse, but to that same morbid degree, I like it because again, it's a Tuesday for us.
Yeah, this is like one of those shows where it's like if you're not into this stuff, this is like a 0.25 star show for you. But if you're a degenerate and you love this kind of humor, this is like a 4.75 star show for you.
It's so strange again, the dynamic. You can see it greatly and like that. It's quite interesting with this series.
Yeah, and with that, I will turn it over to you guys. Are there any shows that I didn't cover that you are watching this season, and what are your thoughts on it?
Well, for most part, for me, it's just more or less the sequel season shows. Again, we have Mushoku Tensei season 3, which I just saw the third episode, and yeah, again, continuing on with Mushoku Tensei. Again, good vibes, good overall vibes and such. I'm happy to see that. Reincarnate in a Dating Sim season 2. I've been hearing some things we're going to change the studios, and I saw that first episode. What the heck? I mean, I've seen better artwork, but studios like with artwork better than that animation. The first scene was pretty decent, but this one, like, dang, it definitely is the budget show. I mean, I enjoyed season 1 and its concept, but season 2 it was animation. I get departure apparently closer to the manga version. I don't know. I don't see it, and it's definitely more rougher on the edges. If anything else, maybe it gets better in the later episodes. Who knows? But yeah, Reincarnated in the Dating Sim season 2. It's. Of course, naturally, I gotta appreciate my other great isekai, the Reincarnated of Skull Knight season 2. I love Arc. I love how he's just like outgoing, friendly, just outgoing, happy-go-lucky. Like, oh, that was a problem, but you caused that said problem, and that. Of course, naturally, the second season we've been waiting for so many years. I mean, it feels like 10 years. Yojo no Senki, the saga of Evil Tanya. Dang, I forgot the name. Yeah,
Yojo the saga Senki, Tanya the Evil.
Thank you. Yeah, so finally get that second season for how long it's been. So yeah, checking out that, and yeah, just enjoy how Tanya just continues in 16. I haven't read the manga, but I love the first season, so I can't wait to see the second, see how it is. Of course, next we have the crack comedy, which is 100 Girlfriends season 3, and again, I just love how it's like. It is basically the Gene Tama of harem animes. Like, like what? Yeah, my boyfriend exercises 4 hours. Like, what are you pre-skip, Frankie? Like, literally just pop culture references overall, and including like, what are you like photographing, breeding? What are you, Demon Slayers? Like, it's just off the wall bonkers crazy. I love 100 Girlfriends. It's just it's self-aware. It doesn't take itself seriously. I love it. So yeah, season 2. Season 3 of 100 Girlfriends is currently out right now. Other things shows is there is one I'm just seeing the Japanese title, Rumen Zero Nin Start no Henkyo Ryosha-sama, start level 0 hero who becomes a landlord. Yeah, basically a knight who's just finished up his duties, now been suddenly granted a land to be a duke of a domain, and just finally finds an older wife, just because like, what? Look, I'm not into like the technical stuff. I'm just a monster hunter. I like to kill things, and apparently that's enough to go and attract a bride, an Oni bride. Yeah, again, if you like your simple like no talk, just all action, just killing all things, and like, okay, get the girl. That's pretty much the show. Which it's a simple show. It's nothing too deep, but it's definitely one more of the comfy show style deals. So yeah, that's the name of it. I forgot. I really gotta remember these English titles again. Yanni Deco. We already said that plenty already. I love it absolutely. But yeah, speaking of comfy shows, this one, if I sincerely recommend, if you just really love just those a very smooth vibes if anything else. I mean, surprisingly, it also has some dark themes, some subtle dark themes. Cat, I believe the title is called Cat Dragon Nekotoryu. Basically, a dragon is raised by a cat sith, and just like it becomes the guardian of the said cat siths, and it's just that everyday life of regarding to the siblings of cats of said dragons, who is voiced by Takahito, aka Dio, and just like okay, like I look over, I am the guardian of the cat sith, and just basically the everyday lives of what you expect, the different stories. The mother cat sith voiced by the pretty much the mother of Miss Kikwe-san, you know her, Ara Mama and all that. Yeah, she's the main narrator of the story. And if you just want something that just like you like cats, you like dragons, you love an all 5-star casting, then by all means, Nekotoryu is a very comfy show. It means somebody just like really take the edge off of a hard day. So yeah, Nekotoryu, definitely a very comfy show to say the least. And yeah, and of course, another one that's actually pretty decently, I find it because like really scratches that Japanese mythology itch is Reiwa no Dara-san. So basically, there is that you hear these mythic lores, like think of it in terms like old school mythic lores, like Namatagane or like the Kitsune, the Kyubis and such. In this case, is the mountain snake. Think Jormungandr of Norse Fane, and basically these two kids, like okay, they heard the tales, they heard the mythical stories from their father, who is the gatekeep, the shrine watcher. But these two kids who are apparently wearing each other's misjourney, like, what, are you a guy or a girl? Like, no, the guy is actually wearing girl's clothing, and the girl's actually wearing boys' clothing. It plays in that kind of humor. And Reiwa Wadada-san basically shares like the history of like Dazu. She was brutally murdered, apparently been cursed to become this mythical being, but just enjoys the daily life. So, and of course, naturally, uncensored. I love boobies and just such, and it even just goes to the point of like some mature humor with the mixing of like casual ESK life. So, a very good blend of mix. Reiwa no Dara-san. So the god of misfortune. So if you love some unexpectedly real life lessons with some subtle good lightheartedness, a good balance, a good mix, then yeah, Reiwa no Dara-san is definitely a show to definitely put on your list, in my opinion. And I mean, those are the shows I can that I can call at the top of my head right now. I don't want it to like overbear too much. But yeah, those are just the shows I can recommend. I mean, I'm brief passing. There's another show called Ushiro no Shomen Kamui-san. Like, I'm right behind you, Kamui-san. Apparently, there's a literally exorcist who's voiced by Sugita, aka Gintoki, who apparently exorcises a demon by literally just has sex with them to exorcise them. I mean, yeah, not a new concept in the degenerate market, but yeah, apparently there's like an exorcist like trying to an exorcist basically doing anything lewd to exorcise them and have to move on to the next life. Yeah, I won't go to the synopsis. It's as it is. Check it out if you want to go for craziness. And again, it's voiced by the main character is Sugita-san. If you like Gintoki, who does like bones literally all mythic legends and lores, then this is probably a fun for you.
Well, it can't be worse than what I mentioned earlier with Konyemo Nemurunai. The entire plot of that is this guy basically jerked off and jizzed on the wall and opened a portal to Demon Realm. So,
okay. Again, we're you know what's bad when we're so degenerate, like that there are literally degenerate plots. Like, oh, that's Tuesday for us. Yeah. So yeah, exactly that, Josh.
Right,
so yeah, those are the shows I'm watching.
Go ahead.
I only have 3 animes. I mean, you already mentioned the Chase Mode Cat Girl. God, that's what I've been watching. Oh yeah, Thunder 3 because I was on Netflix. Essentially, three boys gotta save their sister in a cartoon world, overtaken by aliens. Standard old school shonen stuff. That's what I've been watching. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. In Bakido, I've been my anime list is lighter than my manga list. My manga list is too much, but it's like, yeah, I haven't. I have to wait till, well, Josh mentioned most of them, so I can't, like, oh yeah, I haven't seen them, so I can't do that again. But still waiting for that next episode for Ghost in the Shell, though. Waiting for that. So always gonna keep waiting. But no, other than that, though, that's the only thing I recommend. It's on Netflix. Check out the other three if you like old school shonen stuff. That's the way to go.
Well, if your manga list is long, I'm currently reading 78 concurrent series, and I have 14 more that I'm picking up through the rest of this year.
Yeah, jeez Louise, to add your top of upper light novel writer, jeez Louise, man.
Time management, my friends. Time management. And speaking of time, we're out of it. Finally, we made it to the end. But as customary, before we go, it's always good to give a recommendation or two. So, Will, what's your recommendation?
So, on the manga side of things, there is another manga that that's coming out at the end of this month, July 27th, is, of course, actually Volume 7 of The Rise of the Outlaw Tamer and his X-Ray Cat Girl. Again, artwork, Georgie Manabe, hentai artist. What more there need to be said? If you love your loot adventures, then this is something for you. Of course, as well as the Ideal Sponge Life, Volume 21, that's currently out on sale right now. Definitely a good continuation of that series. Definitely recommended. And of course, anime side, besides our recommendation, again, if you haven't really checked out already, please check out Yani Neko. It's just like, yes, may not like it, but it's just something, just experience it once. If you don't like it, fine. At least you know the absurdity of it all. So just that. So yeah, Yani Neko, and that's pretty much it.
All right, Matt, what you got for recommendations?
My recommendation is, as always, I recommend, if you guys haven't already, please pick up Volume 3 Speaking by Rohan. They finally got the third volume out. More short stories featuring Araki's unironically self-insert, dealing with more weird random stuff in the JoJo universe. I can't recommend this series more enough. It's a great series. It got 3 volumes out. Volume 3 is there. That's my recommendation for the month.
All right, and mine is from Seven Seas. It's called I Have a Secret. This was a 5-volume series in Japan. They are compiling it into 2 omnibuses. And this one's about 5 high school friends. Each one of them has a special ability only known to them. Like, for example, the main character can only see like a sign above someone's head, and depending on what's on the sign, they know what mood they're in. Another one can actually like hear a heartbeat and like visualize what they're feeling from it. So it's like these different types of things, and they're just like interacting with each other and trying to figure out life together through their unique way of perceiving other people. So it's a really cool series. I think the first omnibus covers the first 3 volumes, and the second omnibus will cover the last 2. But I do know we got 3 out of the 5 characters, so yeah, it kind of makes sense. But pretty good stuff. Definitely check that out. Also, I will recommend my From Ash series, because between the last podcast and this one, it concluded. Yeah, all 18 volumes are now out, and the art book is also out. So if you would like to scoop them all up and marathon it, like I actually know a couple of people are doing right now as we speak, then by all means, head over to meteorpress.com, click on series, click on From Ash, and you'll find all the links to get that series into your hands. So yeah, a little bit of self-promotion there, because, hey, I finished another series, and now I'm on vacation for the rest of 2026 from writing, and I'll pick up my new series, The Souls of the Arcane, next year. So
Nice.
yeah, with that being said, it's been a long podcast. Let's get out of here. My final thought, I'll just get out of the way. I'm tired, just like Verso. What about you guys? What are your final thoughts?
I'm kind of in a similar vein myself. Yeah, we're in July. The year's half ended already, and yeah, it's to the point. Again, repeating of the golden rule. Please don't be dicks. Don't be dicks. I mean, like, again, in regards to people things that you don't like, by all means, don't. I'm just gonna say it. Don't be like Kotaku. It says like you don't like, do not promote Mushoku Tensei, dude. Like, fuck off. I'll just say that. Just fuck off. And yeah, overall, again, practice the golden rule. Don't be dicks. And in Marvel Rivals, please, yeah, just do your jobs in Marvel Rivals. But again, that's
yeah, and please stop picking triple DPS. It doesn't win. It's the lowest win rate percentage in the game. For the love of God, learn a fucking tank.
I It's crazy. It's crazy. But heck, at least for me, I like to have Splatoon Raiders. I can't wait for that game. So yay! But yeah, overall, stay golden and don't be a dick.
All right, Matt, what's your final thought aside from play tank?
Yeah, play tank. That's always And seriously, I play tank. My final thought is I like the West Coast is cool. It's a little bit expensive, but it's a really cool stuff out there. I can't wait to go out there in the future. And my final thought is please, 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 for the love of God, Suensha, Tenchi is popular. I was a brokey, like 10-year-old teenager. If you could reprint Tenchi Muyo, because I know it's in your boo house, you still own it. If you could reprint it, or the creator gets someone to republish it, that'd be make my life. That's all I want. So someone please reprint Tenchi Muyo manga. I know the light novels out there. I ain't reading all that. Okay, I want my manga. That's the format I'm stuck with.
True. I agree. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are my final thoughts. And last final thought here is this is a guy called Reynard. If you don't nerf Mach in the next update, I swear to God, I'm coming for you. You know who you are.
All right, I already gave my final thoughts, but if I had to give an actual final thought, it is this. Fuck Crunchyroll. All right.
Yes. I mean, fuck Sony in general.
Thought, starting tomorrow, Monday, I will now be charging a $20 subscription to access my website, and I'll be removing all keywords on Amazon so my books are not searchable. So the only way to find them is through my website, so you now have to pay me to pay for the books. Because capitalism. So with that being said, and by the way, even if I do that, no one's going to subscribe or buy my books anyway, so whatever. Makes no difference. That being said, it's time to get on out of here. So until next time, for Matt and Will, this is JJ saying Godspeed to all you out there in Radio Land. Peace.
Bye.